welcome to another episode of the Peelerz podcast, where we discuss the nitty gritty and pretty side of stripping with your host Kruella Kraken. And here I have
Jazmin Taylor
and Serena Rayne.
Back again. It's weird. I was at Shade and this random guy comes up to us last week, and he's at Shade all the time. I actually can't remember his name, but he's super tall. He's always wearing an Oilers jersey and always upstairs.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
Sounds familiar.
Hi, I'm so sorry for your name. I don't talk to you often, but he comes up to me and he's like, oh, would you ever have me on the podcast? Like, who's your next guest? I'm like, I don't know, probably Serena and Jazmin. They're here next week and probably Anya again. And he goes, you're going to have them on again?
Like, absolutely.
Yes, that's what podcasts are. Talking with your friends. Yeah. Right, Buckley? She's got a lot to say.
So does Screech. She's up there. I agree.
I apologize for all of the horrible amounts of posting that I have not been able to do. I've been sick. I don't know if you can tell my voice. We're all getting sick. It's what happens when summer comes around.
Yeah.
God wants to punish the strippers, so he makes us sick. Right. But yeah, there's lots to catch up on. We're here to talk about friendship today, but we're going to talk about some recent events first.
How about them Oilers?
Let's go Oilers! I don't even know how loud it's going to be. Yes, we have made it to the finals for the Stanley Cup, and it's the first time in 30 years or something.
Long ass fucking time.
Yeah, maybe I should have looked up a little bit of the history on the Oilers, but
I think the last time they won was like in 2006. Or the last time they made it to the finals.
Made it to the finals. Yeah.
They haven't won since like the 90s when Gretzky was playing.
86 or something, 86? I think. Yeah.
And look at us. 86 does sound right. Yeah. Look at us. We know hockey.
See, we can do the thing.
Roxy's probably like steaming her seat. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm a total like bandwagoner. Yes. I love them only when it like comes around, only when they're doing good, and when everyone else is excited, I get excited. I'm like a dog, right? Like Buckley, when she hears us on the podcast, she gets all fucking amped up. That's me with the Oilers.
I honestly couldn't care about hockey like at all. Like at all. Everyone's always like, are you cheering for the Oilers? Like, ah! And I'm like,
I even have it like saved in my phone, and like when I get my Tinder dates to take me and where to take me in Kelowna so I can watch the games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So today is the first game of 7 for the finals.
First game of possible 7 for the finals. Yes.
Possible 7. Yes.
First to 4 wins.
Hell yeah. So it might be busy at the club tonight. Might be crazy because it's been pretty slow this week.
Right?
Yeah. Rough week.
It's been fucking slow. We're allowed to say it. Shade is an awesome club, and all clubs get slow at some times.
But I think it is honestly because so last week they had 2 games?
3, I thought.
There was 4 games total, but 2 were in town, 2 were out.
They went to 5 last time, but I think last week everyone was out spending money.
Yeah,
and then this
they were.
Week they're kind of like chilling until tonight, and I think tonight's going to be the fuck around and find out kind of night.
I'm glad that I got sick on the slow days instead of last week, because last week was fucking... Yeah. What's recent with you guys? Because it's been a few weeks since we've had you on the podcast.
Well, Fort Mac almost burnt down again. That was fun.
Fart McFlurry.
Yeah,
yes.
It looked like the apocalypse out my living room window. It was like black sky, smoke, miserable. Mm-hmm. I had my car packed, and I was like, okay, I'll just go. It's fine.
I'm just gonna go hang out.
But then they were like, just kidding, Jazmin Taylor,
go to
Fort Mac.
Yeah. Go to work.
So we did, and it was fine. And
then decent.
On Monday, when we were at Shade, a bunch of the firefighters from Fort Mac came in. They were coming down from...
You lucky guys. Anya's seething.
She was there. She was there.
Anya was in Fort Mac?
No, Monday.
Monday at Shade.
Oh, but
yeah.
No, I remember all those firefighters. They all seemed young, though.
We danced for 3 of them, and they were from Ontario, so like no shade, but and they were all so respectful, so nice, and like we made the joke in every dance because what else were we gonna do? She was like, "Oh, thanks for saving my house." He's like, "No problem, anytime."
Yeah, call me if it ever lights on fire again.
We gotcha.
Yeah,
they were actually so nice. Like I was really impressed. I was like, really good gentleman. You're from Ontario and you have manners.
A couple of them were up from Thunder Bay area. Can't remember the place.
Northern
and another
Ontario.
one was from Sault Ste. Marie, and I was like, ew, sorry about your luck.
Thunder Bay has a strip club?
Yeah, centerfolds.
Apparently they call it, what did they call it?
C-flaps.
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 Such gentlemen.
Yeah.
No, it was funny though. Like they were all actually super nice and like they were normal people.
I judged them real hard.
I didn't.
Like,
if they are from Ontario, we do Montreal, the Quebec. As soon as they say Quebec, as soon as they fucking say it, we instantly are like, you're a perv. Not that you're a perv. It's that you're going to expect far more in the lap dance room than we can even legally do.
You're just going to actually sexually assault me.
Yeah, or good. Just like bitch that you can't the whole time. Like I don't care. Well, in Quebec it's different. There's fucking like 5 provinces in between us. Have you not fucking noticed that, dude? Right? That you aren't there. That no one has a fucking French accent. Or
did you not get on the fucking plane?
Yeah. Like, or drive for 3 days to get here? Like it's a very different place, very different rules.
Man, I can't slap your tits around for $20. Like no. It's Alberta. They're acting like we're the ones that are being absurd and uptight. Like, no, you are. If you have to fucking punch a stripper to get off.
Right? Go one more province over. You'll be even more disappointed.
Yeah. Land of no strippers.
No, land of zero strippers.
And also BC, where they can't touch nothing. Not even your hair.
Yeah.
Can't even touch you.
I know, like I died.
Crazy.
I'm so sad. I need to touch people. What do you mean?
I love this. I need a couch so that Buckley can just join every time. She's nice and calm. She's not trying to get up on the seat with us. She's so cute.
I got that like couch from my Stripper Olympic show. If I don't fit it in my house, you can have it for Buckley.
I have couches. I just can't get them down that twisty, curvy stairs. Yeah.
I mean, that one's like really nice and skinny and doesn't have much of a back. It might fit down here.
That's what my ex said about me.
Oh.
No, I actually had a guy, CFL player. I'm outing him. I don't give a fuck. That was just like, I like you. I can tell you have a strong back. I'm like, fuck, that makes me feel feminine and pretty. Right? Holy shit. Tell me again. And when I don't know about you guys, when I play loony games and you're counting for them, sometimes I catch myself flexing and I'm like, chill out. Right? Like, chill the fuck out.
It's the worst. Since my boob job, if I like raise my arms up and I'm like doing the count and then I'm like, yay! And then I'm looking down, I'm like, oh God, my tits. Oh God, my tits. Don't look.
Anything but those.
Right?
So masculine.
I know. I was just telling Serena this the other day when we were taking our makeup after work. I was like, I get why you feel that way at Shade, because I feel like this stage is so small that I'm like, oh,
I am big, I am woman, I am girl.
What did I say? Oh, I feel aggressively average on the stage.
like an average sized human. Yeah.
Wow, my legs fall off the edge of the stage. Oh, I'm so tall.
I dropped in my splits from the top of the pole. It was like straight to my shin on that metal piece. I'm like,
that's why it's so humiliating when it's like, at Shade, you are the center of attention. You are raised above everyone. You are in the center of the room. All the lights are pointed at you. Like you are dancing to the music. And when it's dead quiet and you're like, because you can do a full circle around, everyone's staring at you.
Yes.
And they're just like, okay. Like you could do a fucking backflip and they're like, and?
Yeah.
But did you win the Stanley Cup?
No, honestly, like it's crazy. Like you go up there, you do all this crazy stuff and you like take that second to like... stare at the crowd and everybody's like,
most of the time it's when I do the backflip into the splits and I'm like looking and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You did that today?
Please clap. Right. Please. Oh my God. It's been weird the past few days. I think everyone's partied the fuck out. Yeah. Because of the whole Oilers thing. Like, you guys weren't at the club when they made no, that was last week, right?
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah.
I have a funny story about that, but yes.
We thought the club would be wild. Like, yes, it was busy, but we thought it would be like, like face paint and everyone going crazy and confetti cannons and stuff. And it wasn't. But in our change room, outside of the club, we could hear everyone going wild.
So we were out. So I have a motorbike. I go out with my roommate and we ride around. It was like 8:30, whatever, 8:45. We were watching the last 6 minutes of the game, and I looked at her. I was like, we need to go downtown on our bikes. We need to go and just be a fucking menace. And so we did. There was like a group of 3 of us. There was 6 of us total, but there was a group of 3 because 2 of us were doubling. And we went downtown, and we were just rev bombing. Like right out front of Shade, there was this like group of people that walked into the front of in front of the bikes. They're like, again. And we just like straight like... and like blowing everybody's ears off. We were lane splitting in Mexico because that's where we were on a closed course. Of course. And we were splitting and like my roommate was going up and just like rev bombing every open window. There was like this girl who was sitting outside of her sunroof just like, yes! And like recording everything. And she runs up and her bike is really loud and she rev bombs this girl. I thought she was going to shoot out the top of the fucking sunroof. It was so funny. But it did take us about an hour with lane splitting to get downtown and back to the White Ave.
Fuck. Mm-hmm. Everyone's just
so much people
doing circles with their bodies out the fucking window. And Yeah, no, club was fun. It took a long time for people to get wild at the club, but it happened. it happened. Everyone was in a good mood.
Right.
It was nice. But you could also tell that, like, even at the end, they were partied out.
Yeah.
It was hard to get their energy
Well, I mean, they
up.
started at 6, you know?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Apologies, I forgot it was on. And I, looked down when I was adjusting my hair. I was like, shit.
So, back in the day at Shade, and when Diamonds was still open and Eden was still open, there was, like, quite the constant circle of girls. Yeah. And for the first time in a long time in our change room, feels like old times.
It's been a throwback week.
It has been a throwback week, featuring Mia.
Yes.
We're good. She's like the DJ.
Yeah.
You know? Yes. She's not the DJ. She is a dancer, just to be specific. But if we were a featured track, she would be the DJ for sure. Yeah. And it's like a blast from the past how things have changed. Because even back in the day, me and Anya weren't friends. We never thought we'd be friends just simply because we're such different people. Me and you have always gotten along.
Yeah.
You came into the picture in Edson. Like, if I didn't go to Edson, I would have never gotten to know you before you came into Edmonton.
Right.
But we have me, Anya, Melina was there for a bit, but she has an injury. Serena, Jazmin, and Mia. So it's like the change room feels like old times again, except everyone has red hair now.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah.
Oh, no, Mia has dark hair, too.
Yeah, me and Mia are the ravens. I gotta stop saying blackheads. It's considered a raven.
Yeah.
Blackheads is not a cute name. Sorry, Buckley, if you could just move your fat fucking ass, that'd be great. Thank you. You're so sweet. I love you so much. So the topic today, and I find, honestly, that there's a lot of new strippers, not people who don't strip, because those girls, I will give them a separate word of advice, but girls who just started in the industry, they learn really quick that friendships are complicated, and they usually come to someone who's well-known within the industry or who has been in the industry for a long time to ask for advice on friendships, because usually something will go south quick when it involves lots of money and competitiveness and being half naked and men being assholes, and it can bring out people's true colors. It also can bring out their worst, like, characteristics, you know?
Absolutely.
Making someone really tired, not making money, being jealous of their friends. It can start a lot of fights, and
And then add alcohol.
add alcohol or
storm.
any kind of addiction problem, even like smoking all the time and having access to vapes. Like, you take that away from someone for 2 hours and they might be a different girl than you remember.
Right.
So there's a lot to open, because we've all gained new friendships we never thought we'd gain, and we've all lost friendships we never thought we'd lost. So we're going to talk about what it's like to be friends within the industry. We're going to try and give the best advice that we can.
Yeah. And I mean, take it all with a grain of salt.
Absolutely.
Live your best life, girly pop.
Yeah, especially like coming from me. I know there's a lot of girls that are listening to this rolling their fucking eyes, because like the biggest rumor about me is that like I'm horrible at friendships because my biggest, loudest friendships always fail.
Yeah.
But I've had friends for many fucking years.
And we're not background friends.
No.
I've heard that. I've been called a background friend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how I am a background friend.
Me?
Yeah.
I love that people are just like, who's Kruella close with? Who's she not? Like,
Yeah.
Imagine if I had a boyfriend constantly. Fuck, people would be talking. But
Right.
Well, I don't think we're background friends, but I definitely think we're like low maintenance friends, you know?
Yeah.
You don't have to check in every single day. I don't need to know what you ate for dinner every single fucking
That's
day.
a lie. Me and Kraken are on a streak, and I'm holding her accountable.
First Snapchat freak ever.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
But that it is important to find out what kind of friendship works for you.
Yes.
Because I have been envious of friendships, like especially yours.
Oh.
I've been very envious over a friendship that I can't make work.
Yeah.
In my body, my mind does not work that way, and I've never had a friendship like that because it's not how my brain works.
It's not your attachment style.
Yes, and I like malleable friendships where like I have my friends that I do chit chat every day, like Olympia and Saskatchewan and stuff, and then I do have my friends that like I could hang out for fucking hours with them. We could be bored all the time, all this shit. We could not see each other, talk to each other for fucking even months.
Months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
And
we
we
went,
will-
like 6 months or something? Because I was just on the road.
And it's like, you don't understand how time passes as a stripper.
Right.
It feels like weeks.
Yeah.
It can be months, but as soon as we're back together, it's like fucking nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and no one ever talks about the friendships that last long because it's boring.
It's because it's the jealousy. I think a lot of it comes from like needing to be included. I don't need to be fucking included.
The fear of missing out is very strong. And like, again, competitiveness, like a lot of people don't know how to deal with their competitiveness. Yeah. But you guys do have a very strong friendship and like, I have always wanted that kind of person. I could be like, oh, I talk to them every day, and every time I have a problem, I open my phone and I FaceTime them. But even when I do have very, very close relationships with people and I do talk to them often, I don't fucking do that.
Yeah, and it's for me, it's very like you have to work into that.
Took me.
You don't get that right off the bat because if I start opening up to you, you know all the secrets you can't leave. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like now you're stuck here.
How many times have you told me, don't leave me, I'll find you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've actually been very stoked that like one of my most toxic friendships I had to end, I know full well that woman is great at keeping secrets because I knew that she knew a secret. We both knew. Someone told her the exact same secret I knew, and we both didn't tell each other because we're both keeping that friend's secret, right? And like, it was a very big secret, but like later on found out that she knew it. She didn't tell me. I knew it. I didn't tell her. I was like, I feel comfortable leaving this friendship. I know she's not going to go around and tell my secrets. Like, all the sacrificing of the dogs on mountains and how I did it. She's going to keep that under lock.
Those are trade secrets. You can't be giving those away.
Right. Yeah.
But I think when it comes to like building friendships, it's a lot of fucking touch and go.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
And patience is so important.
Yeah. You know, like she didn't even tell me she bought a house.
Yeah.
Until I was in Fort Mac 4 months after it happened. She's like, oh yeah, by the way, I bought a house. And I was like, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like if you don't have that like back and forth that's just kind of like, okay, we catch up, whatever, like it goes through phases. Like me and her will sit on FaceTime for 5 hours a day and just like spill everything from the last 3 months, or we'll talk every single day.
Yeah.
Like it goes either way, depending on what I'm doing, depending on what she's doing, depending on
how mentally exhausted we are.
Yeah.
And that's being secure in your friendships, and that's really, really fucking important to establish that.
Yeah.
I've had very insecure friendships. We're gonna go into the ending of friendships, and we all have stories. We'll get into that later. But yeah, security is very important. Like the last friendship I lost, I think the biggest problem in that friendship was insecurity. I think that the only time that we've had problems in our friendship is like a lot of my insecurity, hiding away, all this other shit. Like,
yeah, you pull away.
I do, and
Come
like
back about a month and a half later.
and I just fucking worry way too fucking much, and all this other shit. And I need to be way more open with my communication as well, and being comfortable with my malleable friendships and knowing my place.
But it's getting better. Like you just called
getting...
Serena out. Like what was that? Like a month ago?
Yeah.
When you were like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? And she was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just comes with like being able to build things like that where you can go to them with a problem and expect the honest answer, whether it's good, whether it's bad. You know what I mean?
Being medicated also helps. I only medicate my ADHD, but being able to organize my thoughts in a logical way and be like, take the fear and the anxiety out of it and line up what I need to say and how I need to say it and how I need to figure out how she feels. And, you know, it's just when you can organize your thoughts instead of it all just coming rushing forward and you react with emotions, it works so well.
It does.
Yeah.
But there's lots of friendships we never thought would happen and did. Like, I never thought I'd be close with Roxy.
Yeah.
Anya. And that's strictly just because when you go in the industry, I don't know about you guys, but I felt like you kind of had to be friends with girls that look like you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Even though you guys do look like
I mean, we didn't always.
Yeah, but new girls do that too. They definitely, you can tell that they like cling on to the girls that dress and act similar. Like the weirdos will stick together and the blondes will stick together. And it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
No, that's for fucking sure. Absolutely.
I do think that like watching it happen is the craziest. Like when you watch a new girl just come in and she's trying to find her footing and you're watching from like upstairs being like, where are you going to go? It's like watching at a prison.
It is.
Like, where are you sitting for lunch?
I was at a cafeteria, not a prison, but same.
Well, yeah. Same.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I struggled for a long time to find where I fit in because I was too weird for like the blonde girls and stuff and like all the very like super pretty, I don't want to like label them as, but like the super pretty Barbie girls. Like I didn't fit in with the Barbie girls, but I wasn't alt enough to like hang out with you and some of the other girls of that era. And I was just like, I don't know where I fit in. And then honestly, I found you and I was like, yep, that's my person. That's the one.
Yeah, I didn't really fit in. I still don't think I really fit in anywhere. Like I talk to everyone from every group, but I'm not like extremely close with everyone from every group.
I'd say I'm the exact same. I like getting along with everyone, and I don't care if that makes me seem fake. And I honestly fucking hate the girls that are like, oh, she did me dirty. I'm like, unless she like killed a member of your family or fucked your husband, it's not bad enough for me to never speak to her again. Oh, she didn't include you in a buyout doesn't mean that I'm going to be mean to her now.
And also, did she not include you, or did the customer who's spending money not include you?
Mm-hmm. But there is like girls who definitely think that you can be like two-timing or two-faced if you don't hate the same person that you do. And I find that all of us have different haters, and we all get along kind of with all of them. And like we've all heard and said different things from other people, and we can still act appropriately around said people. We're at a fucking job. I think being two-faced, I really honestly fucking hate that. Like, oh, if I hate her, you have to hate her mentality, because that's more fake.
Real fucked up.
It is, but I also think that's more fake. I now have to hate someone I don't hate. That's fake as fuck. I'd rather just be nice to them. It's way easier for me to be nice. I don't even know how to be mean. I don't want to fucking ignore people. I don't want people to feel shitty. And if she made you feel a certain way, I don't want to make that person that's just repeating a really vicious cycle of hate and anger for no fucking reason. And like, I'd just rather be nicer. It's a job, guys. It's a fucking job. And act like that.
Yeah, that's part of the problem, though. A lot of these girls, like, they fall hard and fast in these friendships where they, like, you know, they meet this person. They're like, yes, that's my person. And
we're
suddenly,
moving in together. We're doing everything together.
You're spending 6 weeks solid together. And then at the end of that 6 weeks, you fucking hate each other.
And then all of a sudden you walk into the change room and you see one of them doing something and another one's huffing and puffing. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then they come to us, older dancers, and we're like, how would you deal with this? I'm like, gotta take it all a lot less seriously.
Yeah.
And like, pick your people. Like, oh man.
People who make you feel like uplifted when you leave.
Yeah. People that are like good for you and you're good for them too. Like, there's a lot of give and take in these relationships, especially inside the strip club, where things like jealousy and money come into play. And like, that's enough to drive a wedge between most people. So you have to find somebody that like you're really secure with, and whether that means sharing your money or taking the losses together, taking the wins together, whatever that is. Like,
and like pick and choose your times to also do that. Because I've worked with girls where it's like, oh, you're taking me, you're definitely taking her. And then there's some nights where it's just like, fuck, I gotta make quota, dude. Sorry, like I gotta go do these 4 dances, whether or not it's with you or not. So, but if people do get that mad about it, it's not the job for you. We're here to hustle. We're all here to make money, and using another girl to rely on your money, big fucking no-no.
That's scary.
It's not the move.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely is a difference between, like, motivating. You know what I mean? There's nights where I'm just like, and you're like, come on. And vice versa. But also, to just constantly be following someone around like a puppy so that you can make money off them, making money.
Well, and that's just what it is, right? Though it's like riding their coattails. They're doing all the work. They're doing all the talking. They're doing the upselling. They're doing whatever. And you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm typically the hee-hee girl, and I know that.
Me too. I fucking terrible at song dances. Absolutely. What other advice do we have for new girls for their friendships? Work on your attachment style.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be secure in yourself is a big thing.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe hold the mic a little closer to your face.
No. Just know who you are before you lose yourself in somebody else, because that happens a lot. And at first I did get warned a lot about you actually being like, be careful, you're turning into Jazmin, like you're walking around, same red hair, same attitude, you guys are turning into the same person. I was like, no, like this is who I am. She just finally lets me be myself. This is the first time you've seen who I am.
Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to be yourself.
Yeah.
You might get like kind of shit on for the first little bit, but like, because that's what they think is fake. When you start like changing your personality, they're like, oh, you're faking it. You're fake. This isn't who you are. And it's like, okay, valid, but like, let's let this ride out for 6 months and see if it changes again. You know what I mean? Because there is some girls that do that. They get into friendships and then they start becoming that person. And then
acting, dressing the same shoes.
Yes. And then after a while, it kind of fizzles out, and then maybe they only keep 2 or 3 things. And so, like, that makes a lot of sense, but also just fucking be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. And, like, remember that friendships, all relationships come and go. Some do last longer than others, and that's the thing is, more relationships will end than they will succeed. So find your people, especially when we are working with 20 to 30 to 40, 50, 60 different fucking girls, that things will change. And the first person you meet may or may not be one of your best friends. It may not work out. It doesn't make you a bad person if your friendship doesn't fucking work out. And people think you're a bad person because your friendship didn't work out. They really have to evaluate what they're projecting out there.
And you just need to know when to say no, when to not book with that person, when to take a fucking break, when to say, hey, this is a boundary. This is too much. I need some fucking space. And if they don't take that well or handle that well or communicate it well with how that made them feel or why they feel that way, fucking throw the whole damn thing away. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't get better than that.
And sometimes it's better to keep a friendship outside the club. Like, there's girls from like Fort Mac or Grand Prairie or anything that like I'm friends with them, but I know damn well that our working chemistry doesn't work. And there's lots of friends that I wish I kept as just
strip club friends.
Like, we have our separate bookings, but every time we worked together, it was like a fucking treat and it was awesome. And I knew that with all of them that I should not be booking constantly with them.
Right? Like once every 3 or 4 months and you're like, oh, hey, let's get a lineup, you know, like sure. But yeah, no, when it becomes a constant thing, because I think the thing that people don't understand is when you're booking with someone constantly, it is a 24-hour rotation.
You live on top of each other.
Shit, everything together. Everything is on top of each other. You
Not
don't
these
get
two, they don't poop.
Yeah, but regular
we're
people.
We're talk about this time,
right? It's a lot. It's like going from nothing to having someone attached to your hip. Because most of the time you'll drive together, so that means you have to go get food together. You have to go
get gas
together, coffee together. You know.
Yeah, you run on each other's schedule. Oh, I have early show today. Okay, well, we both have to go in then because one of us can't be without a car or whatever. Like,
or there isn't enough time to drop one off and go back and then come back and do the show.
So you're doing absolutely everything together. You are spending 24 hours of your life with that person for 7 days in a row.
Right.
I've been called quite as a bitch because I used to take girls, like when they were starting at Shade with their freelancing stuff, they used to call me all the time, like, who's ready? And it was usually always Fort Mac or Grand Prairie or something, Red Deer, where I would take a new girl and get them used to being on stage so that they were ready for Shade. When we were low on dancers, there was quite a few of them that I'm sure lots of people remember me driving around to younger dancers and showing them the ropes, basically. But I do send a huge text being like, when we're at the dancer house, I am at home. Don't come knocking on my fucking door. Yeah. If you hear me crying, no, you don't. Hear me masturbating? No, you don't. Like, if I'm going out with my makeup done, it's not like, I'm coming too. Like, I will let you know what I'm doing and if I'm inviting friends to that. But that is the quickest way to be fucking annoyed with someone, especially someone who doesn't know the ropes yet. Like, you don't want to be sitting there and teaching them everything about every little town. Like, bitch, I want to go out and I want to meet a guy from Tinder and I don't want to feel responsible for you.
Right.
But I've definitely been like called up tight and whatnot because I have fucking strict rules when I take new dancers out because I don't want to be fucking annoyed. I don't want to be scorned and hate the new dancers, but like you definitely have to lay down that foundation because they will puppy dog too.
Yeah.
What are we doing today? What's on the agenda today?
Yeah.
What's there to Fort Mac to do? It's like,
oh, do you feel like going out for food? Can we go to like the swimming pool? Like, can we do these things together, please? Like,
yeah, and if you want to go get groceries, like, I'll let you know when I'm going to go get groceries. But, like, if you decide not to come when I'm going and the next day go, I need groceries, when are you driving me?
Too bad.
Fucking kick rocks.
Call that Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, like, once you get, like, the routine of being on the road, like, most of the time you're just in a house, right? So Fort Mac, you have a roommate, or Edson, you have a roommate, or, you know, places you have a roommate, or if you're traveling with someone, you have a roommate. But when you first go and you don't book with that person, if that person doesn't drive, I will always like establish like, hey, I'm doing this, and this. You're free to come along. Other than that, I'm not doing anything with you. Right? Yeah. Especially if they don't drive. Then 100% like first day or as soon as we wake up, like I'll go get groceries, I'll take them with me, you know, then they're not walking around and doing all that crazy shit. But yeah.
Yeah, and being late. I just can't stress that enough with new girls. It's like when I say I'm leaving at this time, I'm fucking leaving. I don't care about 5 more minutes. I'm a fucking Capricorn. I am not.
Yeah.
I'm not. Especially like, honestly, the clubs are very close. Like in all these places we have named, everything's fucking walkable. So we're not being horrible people by saying no to these girls. But we are establishing very important boundaries that I think everyone should. And I find that the more unstable the new girls are, the heavier their attachment style gets.
Yes.
100%.
And the more that they want to blame each other for every fucking thing, not getting a ride, not getting this, not doing that, not getting the dances, everything is everyone else's fault instead of just keeping a healthy
The only
space.
one that I will say that I will wait, not the only one, but the only time that I will wait is like at cash out. I think we've touched on this on a different episode. If it's because you're in dances or doing something productive, I'll wait. When we're leaving at 3:15 after work, it's like 3:15-ish. Within 15 minutes. I'm not going to sit there till 3:45.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that. And you knew that going into Saturday night. So if you chose to be bought out till 5 a.m., you also chose to take the bus on Monday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you cannot sit there and expect me to wait around in a bar till 5 a.m. Get me bought out. I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait. But I'm not waiting for free. You know?
One time in Brandon, Manitoba, one of our good friends, it was 3 of us, we were all good friends, but one of them got really, really fucking super, super wasted, and we had an early flight, and we were trying to wake her up, and I was like, even, shoving her shit in her luggage, and I was trying to be that friend back in the day when I had no fucking boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, we have to like carry her into the cabin, this and that. And I just remember her grabbing my shoulder and being like, fucking leave her. There's a bus. She just worked a whole week. She can buy a new fucking plane ticket.
Yep.
This isn't your fault that she's wasted and passed out. And I'm like, but she's going to be mad at me. She was. Of course she fucking was. But
It's not your responsibility.
Absolutely fucking not. I also got drunk that night and still managed to get my fucking ass up in the car and in the airport on time.
And you know what? If you would have got her ass up and got her to the airport,
She would have still been mad.
Yeah, exactly. She still would have been mad. You would have been dealing with her throwing up all over the place, probably. Like, just let the sleeping dogs lie. You made your bed. Hope your nap is good.
Especially
See you when you get back to Alberta.
Yeah, and she wasn't a new dancer either. She was actually a dancer longer than myself. So it's like, why the fuck is, out of all 3 of us, why is the youngest one
The responsible
trying to
one.
pull the weight? But that's like what we really got to tell the new girls is that they don't have to be that girl. They can set boundaries. You don't have to be the mom. You don't have to care for people. You don't have to be responsible except for yourself. Act appropriately. You're at your job. Be nice. But like, it's not your fault if your friend fucks up majorly. And you guys have witnessed me in the fucking aim of fire of my friends getting in trouble. And they're just like, well, Kruella's not on my side.
Nope.
So then they're mad at me. I'm like, no, bitch, you're in trouble or got
Kruella's
yourself
in
in
her
shit
lane.
for your own fucking stuff. Has nothing to do with me. I don't have to suddenly hate people because you hate them. I don't have to be posting shit everywhere, all angry because you decided it. Doesn't make me less loyal. Just makes me fucking smart. I'm at my goddamn job. Fucking act appropriately. And if you want me to ruin my job just to maintain this friendship, that is so fucking unhealthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want me to be just where you are. You want me to be at the bottom of the fucking barrel. No one trusts you. No one likes you. Everyone's scared of you. And I'm just supposed to take your side and everything?
Right.
What if I don't think that you're right?
Yeah.
And that's...
Yeah.
Everyone has opinions. And I've had, like, that's why I fucking love Anya and Roxy. They will tell me when I'm being wrong. Yeah. Right, Bucky? Yep. But we've all had friendships end. So let's tell our story about our most dramatic friendship ending. Let's not use names, obviously, not use clubs or anything illegal. But you got a good story for us on the beginning and end of a friendship and why you think it may have ended?
Honestly, the only one that like really sticks out to me, I was friends with this girl fairly early into my dancing career. Like I thought she was like my people. She treated me good. She took me to bookings with her. Like, she was really nice to me. It wasn't like a weird codependent relationship or anything, but it was definitely like, oh, I'm going here. Do you want to come with me? Yeah, sure, let's go. My feet are asleep.
Me too. My feet are absolutely numb right now.
I'm scared to move because mine are also going to be numb. Wow. But yeah, like, it was easy. It was breezy. Like,
Beautiful cover girl.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got along great. There was we didn't argue about anything, and then things got weird, and I didn't agree with a lot of the things that she was doing. She was sneaking off to other bookings to cheat on her boyfriend, and I wasn't okay with that. I didn't approve of that. I didn't like that.
Isn't that heartbreaking when you don't morally align suddenly and you're just like, I can't associate with this?
And she was such a good person in the beginning too. Like, she was sweet, she was kind, she did all of these things. She was amazing. And it was like a switch flipped out of nowhere. It was like emotional whiplash. It was terrifying.
Is this LH? Okay.
TR.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Last with a pass that name.
Right?
Yeah, you only hear it here and there now.
Yeah. And like we went up to a booking in a city where her boyfriend was from or well known or whatever it was, and she brought this dude up to the hotel, and he got a separate room, and they went off to the separate room, and I was sitting in the hotel room all by myself like, is this real life? Like, is this actually fucking happening right now? Like, and the friendship ended because it wasn't me. It was actually another girl that went to her boyfriend, was like, hey, this happened, because I'm soft and I hate confrontation. And I wanted to say something, but I was like, is it my place? Like, I'm supposed to be loyal to this girl. Like, she's my best friend. Like, this is the kind of secret that I'm supposed to keep.
Move, though, to put you in that situation where your moral compass has to be swayed, and if you don't sway, you're the bad friend. I hate that shit.
Yeah. And it blew up spectacularly. The dude that she was
I remember all this now.
Yeah, the dude that she was cheating with like cornered me in the bar and was screaming at me, chased me into the women's bathroom when I locked myself in a stall, and was pounding on the fucking stall door, being like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You were the one who fucking told him, blah, 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 blah.
Hold the mic close to your face.
Blah, 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 blah. And it was just like, it was wild. It didn't feel like real life because I didn't do anything wrong. This wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault they got caught. It wasn't my fault that they were cheating. It wasn't my fault for any of it.
And it wasn't your fault that anyone found out.
Yeah. And she blamed it all on me. We stopped being friends over it. And I was just like, what the hell just happened?
I hate that. I do believe that you should keep your friends' secrets, but if you don't morally align, like cheating or whatever, I don't think you should be definitely running to the husband or boyfriend or anything.
Yeah.
But I would definitely tell said person, like, I don't feel comfortable hanging, like, now.
Yes.
Now that I have more security in myself, I feel more comfortable telling certain friends that I don't condone certain behaviors that they do.
Yeah.
And that's not my fault that I don't like the behavior that you're doing, because honestly, usually these people hate all the behavior that we're doing anyway.
Yeah.
They don't think, it's so wild that people who do bad things can really twist someone who's being good as like two-faced or backstabbing or like not loyal or not on your side simply because you don't feel like doing the same shit that they're doing.
Yeah.
And you can I'm corrupt in certain ways. We're all corrupt. We've all done bad things.
Of course.
And we've learned from them. Not saying any of us are perfect. I think we've all cheated.
I've never cheated. I've only been cheated on.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
It happens. Fuck it. Don't want to do it again. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Learned that lesson.
Yeah, but I'm done lying for friends.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm really bad at it. Like, I don't want to get in extra trouble.
You are so bad at lying.
I don't want to get in trouble for, like,
Compounding
outing
the
you,
problem.
but being really bad at it, too, because then everyone's just mad at Kraken.
I thought you'd support me and you lied, but you lied shitty.
Yeah, don't corner me. I just panic.
She does.
Yeah, there's not much going on here. It's too simple. Like Anya said at the table last night when people accused me of sabotaging shows, she's like, it's not that she's dumb. No, it is. I can't even piece together how or what to do to sabotage. Or
you'd have to go to like 3 separate outsources to make an outline.
I need to like write down notes and I have to practice my lines and it doesn't work. And then the whole time my hands would be shaking and I'd be sweating and everyone would be like, why is Kruella vomiting so much? And
The nervous giggling.
Bad spaghetti.
yeah, bad spaghetti. Like, yeah, it is wild. But for her to put you in this situation, like if you start to feel like you're the bad person and you're not doing anything bad, that is the worst feeling.
You're having a moment and then you ruined it.
The bookends. You've had a recent friendship breakup. That's like a lot of attachment issues are attached to this one for sure.
Yeah, should we start at the beginning?
Sure.
So when I first started dancing in I first started dancing in 2017, but in 2018, I met this girl. She seemed nice enough. We met on Crazy Circumstances. She does tell everyone, but I'm not going to out the story because it's kind of fucked up. But we met on Crazy Circumstances.
I just imagine like a dead body on a train track and you guys are like, oh. Hey, I'm Jazmin. Went back. She just told us.
Anywho, so that's happened.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No dead
bodies. No dead bodies when we met.
Yeah.
So anyway, that happened. And then we started booking together because, I mean, like, shit happens, you know? Whatever. And she was just, like, going through some hard shit and, like, was going through a breakup and whatever. So I sympathize. I get it.
Ironically enough, when you became close with her, the amount of rumors that went around about, like, even people messaging me.
Yeah.
Because when people see you with another friend, when you have best friends, everyone's like, are Serena and Jazmin fighting? Are they friends anymore?
Yeah.
Oh my God, like, what happened? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Right? I don't even know the friend, like your friend that you're talking about now. I didn't even fucking know her. I'm like, I don't know if something happened, but I can't see Serena and Jazmin not being friends.
Right.
But how quickly people will throw something in the ether and be like, Jazmin's hanging with someone new. Yeah. Serena and Jazmin hate each other.
Outs, yeah.
And that's when all the rumors start flying about who did what, why. Yeah.
It's not like you can have more than one friend at a time, though.
Yeah.
God fucking forbid.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, we started doing some bookings together. She had some issues with like alcohol and drugs and stuff, which didn't really affect me because I was sober already by that point. And I was like, okay, you know, like I'm very much like, if it doesn't affect me directly, I don't give a fuck what you do. You know, like, hey, whatever. So then we were at Gents and she ended up getting super, super fucked up. And this was maybe like 2-3 months into friends. Like we're at that point where we're getting close and like you know what I mean? Like I'd go for bat for her and she'd go to bat for me. And she gets fucked up and she walks off the stage, not even undressed, and yells, "Fuck Kildy."
Kildy is the owner of the club in Gents.
Yeah.
Gents is in Red Deer.
And she screamed it at the top of her lungs. Then she came out of the change room, or she went into the change room. The DJ went back and was like, "You gotta finish your set." And she's like, "I'm fucking done. I'm out of here." Literally left, drove home, grabbed her shit from the dancer house, and drove back to Edmonton, never came back. So at that point, he wanted to fire me because she blamed it on me. She said I was the one that screamed it. And I was the one that didn't finish my show. And I was like, what is going on? So then another girl, KK, do you know who I mean when I say that?
Me? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, not Kruella Kraken.
Yes.
Okay, so she was there that day, and she went to bat for me. She was like, I was sitting with her on the couch, like, she did not scream that, like, I don't know, whatever. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I even said to them, I was like, I'll leave, like, I will leave. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to cause drama, nothing.
Yeah.
And Kildy went back and watched the footage, I think, or someone went back and watched the footage, seen that it was her, and they were like, you're fine, whatever. Awkward rest of the week. I never talked to her again after that.
This is what, 2018?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Then
I didn't know it went back that far.
Yeah. And then COVID happened. Well, no, she quit and had come back a couple of times, but it wasn't any of my business. You know what I mean? Not my monkeys, not my circus. Then she posted a costume for sale in 2021, maybe. End of 2020, beginning of 2021. And so I was like, oh, like, I'll come buy it or whatever. Met up with her, and she was like, hey, I'm sober. Like, it's so good to see you. It's really cool that, like, you wanted to buy this costume or whatever. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, how long have you been sober? And at that time, I think from drugs had been 7 months or something or whatever. And from alcohol had been, like, 3 months. So, like, still fairly new. But, like, she's trying. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. She's like, if you want, like, one day we should go get coffee. We should catch up. And I was like, yeah, you know, like, I'm really busy. But, like.
So busy.
Yeah.
Trying
but
to keep
maybe,
the distance.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then it was like another couple months, and then she messaged me, I think, don't quote me, I don't know if you're watching this, but something happened about maybe she needed to, like, confide in someone who was sober. I feel like that was kind of what opened the door. She was like, hey, I'm going through a rough time. How would you handle this? Blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking about relapsing or something. I think that's what happened. And then we got together. Never really discussed anything that happened in the past, just kind of moved forward, and then everything was fine. Then we did end up talking about it. She has no recollection. She had no fucking idea that any of that shit even happened. Yeah. She thought that I just hung her out to dry and never talked to her again. And I was like, okay, not accurate, but whatever. So then, like, I don't know, how long has it been? 3 months? 2 months? 6 weeks? I don't fucking know. Like I said, the time is all...
That's 3 or 4 months.
No, it's been like maybe 7 weeks. because I was in Fort Mac a month ago, and then it was a month before that.
Like see, stripper timing just...
Yeah, so 2
all
months.
melds together.
Yeah.
2 months ago.
She just kind of got really... I don't know what the right word is to say. Like, not possessive, because I mean, like, I'm also a grown human and can hang up the phone, but it's very, like... Demand. I need to do this. We 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 need to do this. And by we, I mean you.
Unhealthy codependence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so then we were in Fort Mac again, living together, staying together, shitting together, being in each other's fucking business. And it just fucking blew up over the dumbest fucking shit on the planet. There was a customer who had mentioned liking red hair and big tits. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever seen me.
No one comes to mind.
Yeah, right? So then she was in the back room. She said, she's like, are you going to come sit with us? Or something along the, don't quote me. Again, it was something along the lines of, I said, is he going to go for dances with both of us? She said, I don't know, you can come out and try. Okay, so when that happens, you were expecting, if it was your customer, that you would be the one that's like, oh, you're going to take both of us, blah, blah, blah. Yep. If it was my customer, it would be the same thing. Whatever. So I sat out there for like an hour and a bit with him, and then when it came time for dances, it was like 15 minutes before her show, and he had said something about going for dances, and I was like, oh, are you going to take the both of us? Like, jokingly. She got up, walked away from the table, was on her phone, not, like, engaging. Doing the thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. And he's like, well, I've already associated your smell with her. And I was like, jokingly, as a joke, pause, rewind. 7 months ago, not 9 months ago now, however long it's been, we were in Rocky. She liked the smell of my perfume. She went and bought it. I told her what it was. That's what she's wearing. Fast forward. I made a joke about like, oh, haha, she stole it from me. As a fucking joke. She looks me dead in my optical ovals and is like, you think I stole it from you? I've been wearing it since fucking high school. And I was like dumbfounded. I was like, you've been wearing Marshmallow Colgone from Walmart at $5.59 a bottle since high school?
She's got a lot to say, Buckley, hey?
What the fuck? And then at that point, I was like, I'm done. Mm-hmm. I'm done. And she was sitting in the DJ booth, watched all of this happen, and I'm not storming. I was trying to keep my cool, but I was definitely en route to the fucking change
room. You were
room.
Walking with a purpose, I will say.
I was going for a fucking cigarette.
Yeah.
And I knew that, though. I knew that, so I followed you into the change room.
Yeah, and you were just like, what the fuck happened? And so I was in the middle of telling you what had happened. Yep. Word for word, directly. She walks in and goes, nope, go ahead, keep talking about me. And I was like, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about what the fuck that just was. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, well, I've got a lot to say to you, but I'm not just going to say shit because I'm not going to do that right now. Or, again, don't call me, something along those fucking lines. And I was like, yeah, you sure have a hell of a lot to say, except for when it's right to me. And then she goes on and is like talking about how I call her bitching about Serena and I must call Serena bitching about her. And I was like, yeah, that's what people do.
Friendships.
That's what people do. When I don't like what you're doing, I call Serena. When I don't like what Serena's doing, I call you. That's how it fucking works. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, I'm not doing this right now. I have to go on stage. I'm like, we're not doing this at all.
And then you went out for a smoke. Mm-hmm. And it continued after you went out for a smoke. She's like, just so you know, all she does is talk shit about you. She never has anything nice to say about you. She's such a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And I was like,
suddenly you need to be honest and open, and your moral compass goes, oh, I need to tell Serena this only when she's mad.
Only when she's mad.
I don't like.
And the thing is everything that I told this girl, I've said to her. Mm-hmm. And it's always been like, we've been having a conversation or a disagreement or not even an argument, but just like a conversation like we do. Mm-hmm. And then she'll be like, oh, have you talked to Serena? And I'm like, yeah, this is what we said. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then remember that one friendship too where it ended with the online stuff?
With me?
HB?
Yeah, fuck.
The one thing I really, really don't like about when a friendship ends is when after it ends, it's no longer the issue that broke up the friendship. It's she was telling me just about, oh, like you shouldn't like her because this, and she also does this, and like she won't even admit when her shoes are too tall, and then her knees hurt, and like it was just like this laundry list of reasons why she didn't like you, and I'm like, you guys were best friends a day ago.
Yeah.
And this has never reached light until now. And suddenly you think she's kind of a bad person because of all these examples and made up stuff.
Because I won't admit that wearing 8-inch heels is too tall. It's not too tall for me.
And then apparently your knee is hurt, so that like, I don't know. It was just like, why are you, if you really felt this way, why is suddenly now you care this much about her heel height and if her knees hurt?
Yeah.
And that makes her a bad
and
person?
the thing is both of those things were accurately stated, just not together. My knees hurt because I played football for 6 years and tore the fucking ligaments in my knees. So when it snows or it's cold, they ache. It has nothing to do with my fucking heel height.
Yep.
And then we had a discussion about heel height because she was wearing 6s and I said I can't wear them because now that I'm accustomed to 8s, the floor is not where it's supposed to be if I go down or up.
And that doesn't mean she's right, and it doesn't mean you're right. It just means you both have preferred heel heights.
Yes, and then she twisted it saying that in my 8-inch heels I was complaining that my knees hurt. I'm like, okay.
And that she was right the whole time because she said that 6s would be better. And like the whole fucking message was so mundane. I'm like, if you really felt this way, why? Like if this much shit about her was bugging you, why were you guys best friends up until now?
Why were you living in my fucking house?
And it's the same with my friendships that break up. It's always, well, she did this, and I didn't like that, and she's like, she's two-faced. It's always, I'm two-faced, 'cause she didn't hate who I wanted to hate. And it's like, if you really had that much of a problem, why didn't you say anything to me face-to-face?
Yeah.
Let's talk about being two-faced. Why didn't you mention any of this when we were friends?
Especially with her because we were like inseparable. We did every booking together for like 3 years. Yeah. So like you had numerous hours, days, weeks, months, years
To communicate this to anyone. Like, but you wanted to just only tell me
after the fact.
after the fact, and that's only because I posted you doing my hair.
Yes.
And then she's like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and just went off about you. I'm like, the gang mentality to try and get other people to also hate you.
Yeah.
I could never. I don't
But
really.
also, if they can,
Absolutely. I gotta say, the past two most eccentric friendships that I've had, the most two toxic ones, after the friendship, I don't have to say anything to make people see my side. They just know that human well enough from working around them to know that they don't hang around them because of their attributes that they bring to the workplace.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have to say fuck all about those humans. They are very transparent, but they will sit there and try and smear my name as long as they can to get people to hate me. And it's so fucking frustrating for them because no one, I don't know. The thing about this industry is that no one hates each other as much as that scorned friendship. So it doesn't matter what honestly happened. No one's going to hate me as much as you do.
Right.
And I'm not going to hate anyone as much as I hate that person. So to try and get someone to feel on the same level that you feel comes across so shitty.
Yeah. And I think like when friendships end, like with this recent one, all you got to do is just not book the same weeks together and you'll literally never fucking see them.
Yeah.
When you call and you're like, hey, so-and-so, I'm going to do my bookings for next month. And they're like, cool, we have this month, this month, this month. And when the other person, you know, works 3 bars, you go, okay, are they on that lineup? No, perfect. I'll take that week.
Yeah.
And then I'm also the type of person and always have been that the week before I know who I'm working with. So I call up and I'm like, hey, who's on lineup? Or the day of, you know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm walking into. So if it happens and the agency is made aware now of who it is that I'm not working with or whatever, you know what I mean? When it was HB and this one and everybody else, it's just they know like, oh, hey, they've called me and been like, hey, we've actually pulled you from this lineup and put you here because somebody
conflict.
switched. I'm like, yep, that works for me.
We do have a great agency that does do that. And I think we've all had to pull that card where we called and said, I'm not booking with so-and-so ever.
Yeah.
And they're awesome because like usually they'll just be like, oh, the club manager said, you know, the lineup is full or whatever. But they're never going to be like, oh, yeah, you're not welcome on that lineup because Kraken said so, because that would be wildly inappropriate.
Yeah.
And I would never stop. How do I put this? This is coming across really bitchy in my brain.
Yeah.
Because I'm capable of working wherever I want. I would not go out of my way to stop someone who isn't capable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially because like I know these people not intimately, but like a lot. Like they've got families, kids, bills, all this shit. I'm not going to ruin your fucking career just because we're not friends. We're not friends for the second time. It just didn't fucking work out. Yeah. You do you. I'm going to be over here doing me, and we're never going to cross paths. Like right now, literally, we're on a back-to-back week system. So like I was just in Red Deer, she's in Red Deer this week. she was just in Fort Mac, I was just in Fort Mac. You know what I mean? Like we will never cross paths. And that is something that's so capable of doing when you just don't like someone.
Yeah. Yep. And I think a lot of girls do need to realize that if you are losing your bookings, I promise you.
We have nothing to do with it.
From the bottom of my heart and all of my knowledge within this industry, from dating an agent, knowing my managers well and having great rapport with my agency and my bar owners, I know as one of the up there dancers, I have no fucking pull.
No.
We don't have any fucking say. There's never a dancer in charge of your fucking bookings. And if you're losing bookings and blaming another dancer, you have no idea how this industry works. Get your head out of your fucking ass. Yeah. It is 100% something you did or how you acted or professionalism.
Yes.
Or maybe you just didn't even make the club enough money. Or maybe you didn't look the way that they wanted. But I promise you, it is not the dancer.
No. It's not the dancer. Yeah. And the dancer is probably going out of her way to not work with you and changing her bookings around and moving shit around.
And that's just it. We have control over our own bookings. If they call and they're like, oh, blah, blah's on the lineup. Oh, no, that's okay. I'll work the week after then.
Yeah.
That's
or
usually
the next available.
Yeah. What do you have available in the future for that? I just don't want to.
And the agency's really good with that. Like
They're
if
amazing.
you come, same with clubs. Like a lot of the times if you go, or, you know, like they'll notice like, hey, what's going on? You know, like let's take you and me, for example. If it was like, hey, I seen that you and Jazmin haven't been hanging out for a while. Like, is everything good? And they come up to you, you know, Russ comes up to you and goes, hey, she's got booking up here. Like, would you mind? And most of the time, if it's not like something that's super serious, it's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's only 1 week. That's a big
and like 4
part
days.
of it.
Like not even like a full 7.
Yeah.
Most of these bookings are 4 days.
Like the longest I'll be stuck with someone is at Shade, and like there's so many other girls you can talk to. I don't think it's ever been a problem. I've definitely had extreme beef with someone to the point where like no matter what, if we were booked together, they would call and be like, are you comfortable working? Even though that woman was violent towards me, I was like, yeah, I don't care. And every single time, because they'd call both of us, she would pull the booking.
Yeah.
But I know damn well that I can act appropriately. There's fucking cameras everywhere. I'm working in a place with security. I have nothing to worry about. Yeah. I'm not going to stop someone else from making their money.
Yeah.
And the agency doesn't pull, like if you and her got booked together, they're not pulling anyone. They're asking either of you if you'd like to switch. If not, you guys are on the fucking lineup together.
Yeah.
Behave appropriately.
But exactly. Yes, they'll never be like, oh, Jazmin was first and rip one away. Like,
that never happens.
Yeah.
But they will call me and be like, hey, just so you know. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't want that mentally not capable right now. Yeah.
And you have the option to pull out. And was times at the end of my last friendship where I definitely did talk to the agency, and there was 2 bookings where we still had to work together. Yeah, absolutely. And there wasn't drama at the time. I just really needed my space. But like, even though I said, oh, it's fine, they didn't, like, oh, yes, I'm keeping my booking. They didn't rip her off of the booking. They kept both of us because it was up to the bar owners. It's not up to us.
And the bars don't give a fuck about what's going on.
They don't give a shit.
They don't care.
They
Come
don't care.
Make me fucking money and leave.
Yes. Yeah.
As long as you're like polite, professional, normal, they really don't care.
Yeah.
You're there to do a job. If you're doing your job, great. If you're not, then that's where they take an issue. But
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think the moral of the story is just don't let people push your boundaries.
Yeah.
Keep your boundaries.
Fucking no. Tell them to sit on it and rotate and live your best life.
Be secure with yourself.
Yes.
Know your boundaries. Know your moral compass.
Yes.
And be very, very aware that this is still a job, and who you associate with creates who you are. And there's been times where I found out that friends were doing crazy bully-like things, putting like a gum in a wig or fucking like making fake accounts and bullying people online, stuff like that. Once I found out I was associated with that person, I knew no longer I could talk to that person. If you are around people who do evil, weird things or conniving shit on purpose or post bad things, do bad things at work, you are associated with them. No matter how good you are officially associated with them. So be very cautious who you hang with at your job. And if they do things that morally, don't align with, you don't really want your name attached to it, just keep them an outside friend. If you do have feelings deep enough to keep them as a friend, stop taking it all so serious.
And go for coffee and just talk about it.
Yeah.
Do it outside work. There's nothing worse than like doing it all at work. Don't do it at work. Figure your shit out outside.
It's also okay to stop being friends with people.
Absolutely. Just cut them off.
It's,
you know?
No explanation needed. They'll know. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's just it, right? Like, if it's better for you, if it's better for your mental health, if it's better for your job, if it's better for your money, you don't need to give an answer. Just, it's not working, it's not working.
Yeah. And don't be like me where it gets to the point where I just blow up. Because but those are the girls that are always blowing up at me. So it's just like, I hate the word reactive abuse because like no matter what, it's fucking abuse. Like I shouldn't have yelled or raised my voice or sworn at these girls. But it gets to the point where they're doing it so much at me that I was like, fuck, shut up.
Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
You can only take so much. Like, so much button pushing, so much bullying.
And like, I'm not perfect. That friendship went wrong for lots of reasons.
Numerous, yeah.
Me and her, not just her.
Yes.
So for like, and if you have that mentality that your friendship ended because of one person, you really can't look at yourself in the mirror. Go get a better therapist. Because like most of us are, we're all on therapy. I don't know a single dance that's not in therapy anymore. For fuck's sakes.
I'm not in therapy. I've never been in therapy.
You have a snake now. That counts.
Yeah.
She's got a pet.
I got a dog. Does that count? I got a dog.
Yeah. So I think that's a good note to end on. I don't need to talk about my friendship ending. I feel like I've talked about that in a few episodes.
Yeah.
And everyone already knows that drama happened recently, so who gives a fuck? Those who like you will like you. Those who are genuine people will stick around and be your friend. Don't worry too much. And if you know deep down that you're a good person, you have nothing to fucking worry about.
Yeah. It'll shine through always.
Yeah.
Like I may be crazy and a bitch, but
You're always there.
I'll
You're
give
always
you the
rock
fucking
solid.
shirt off my back if I like you enough.
Absolutely. I don't know anyone that's like as, I don't know, genuine as the people I surround myself with.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky for
And
my
it
friend
does
group.
take a long time to weed it out, right?
It does.
It does
Takes a
take
couple of
long
tries.
time.
Yeah. So that being said, go Oilers.
Yeah, let's win.
Hell yeah, we are heading to work right now. We're going to make some TikToks, take some pictures together. I'm going to have this episode up tomorrow. We'll
I will
know.
be at Shade next week.
She's at Shade next week. Yes. So we're going to see if the Oilers win. I'm actually starting to sweat just thinking about it. I really want to get to work just to watch the game because it's so exciting.
Wait, can we check? Hold on, let's check the score right now because it'll be funny to watch back.
Oh my God. I'm so nervous.
Oilers game tonight.
You did such a good job.
Oh no.
Buckley. Oh no.
Oh, no.
What?
Panthers 1-0. 4 minutes left in the first.
Oh, it's only the first. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine.
I have my lucky sweater on, so it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Everyone have a safe and wonderful night. Yes. Thanks for listening to us bitch and gab. And I hope that within all of that fucking nonsense, we gave a little bit of advice.
Yeah. It was there.
Yeah. If you don't want to take it, if you think we're just liars, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right?
That was one of the lessons.
Yeah. Buckley, have anything to say? That's Buckley. Have a great night, everyone. Tip your dancers. Bye.